Hiya, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled, the game that teaches us that basically all love interests in furry visual novels is a canine. Basically all of them. Anyways, let's just hop right in. He chuckles a little bit. Sorry about all of this. It might get a bit more busy before things calm down. Oh. I just realized that I hadn't resized the window. There we go. But the language AI the professor was talking about really might work. It's very lucky you had an entire digital dictionary just ready for something like this. Although, from what I've been told, it seems to be closer to a monitor than just a digital dictionary. Until then, though, I think I have the next best thing. I am a bit worried about the prospect of being swarmed by curious dogs, but for now at least I think I am okay. Merwin steps up to where the door should be. I figure he has to wait for Maruk to open it. But surprisingly it just opens and he walks on in. I guess it was automatic this whole time? It seems like a bad safety measure if so. He's holding something a bit secretly behind his back, but he seems awfully excited to share it with me. So as I was saying, we might not be able to communicate verbally yet, but this might be just as good. He pulls out a whiteboard and some markers with a big goofy grin on his face. I can barely contain myself from laughing. Just a moment ago we were talking about AI, and there are walls I can turn into windows, and we're going to play Pictionary. Well, hiya. Well, I was thinking of trying charades earlier, so you know I guess this is about the same. Well, alright, Doc, seems good to me. Had anything in mind? Hiya. He just stares at me. Right. I gesture to him that he should take the lead. Fortunately, I think he gets the gist. Time for space dogs. Oh, right. Well, let's see how about math. That seems like a good universal language. I'm bad at math. I'm so bad at math. Can you write out for me some basic examples and try to communicate them to me? Let me adjust this. There we go. Math? Really? I'm who knows where in jail, and I have to explain Arabic numerals to a giant dog? I became a literature major to escape this! Sighing, I take the board and write some pathetically simple problems on the board, double-checking to make sure I don't make a fool of myself. I try to explain it all on my fingers, which really makes me question the purpose of all of this. College-level math. What defines college-level math? Like trigonometry, or I think it would be calculus. Like calculus or fucking computer math. Yeah, no, because like I had to take a computer math class where 1 plus 1 didn't equal 2 anymore. 1 plus 1 equals 10, and 10 plus... And if you want to get the number 2, and if you want to get to number 3, it's 11, and whatever. I cannot remember a single thing from that class. I'm so sorry, teacher. Fortunately, Mara seems to understand what I am trying to explain. Right? Like, I am lucky. I count my lucky stars that I barely passed high school math. Well, it's reassuring to see that mathematics seems to be a common basis no matter where you come from. Thank you for that. Sorry if this isn't the most interesting thing, but I believe any bit of knowledge shared is truly a miracle. Even if it is just understanding your numeral system. I chuckle. I guess it must be fascinating for him, especially as a man, dog, of science, to see how other species go about solving mathematical equations. Not to say I'm not fascinated by all this in a strange sort of way. It's just different. I almost think about breaking out some Pythagorean theorem, but I hear the door open and a surprisingly mopey Maruk walks into the hallway. Aw, yeah. Because that's the most important thing you learn in school, the Pythagorean theorem. Yeah, that's gonna get me out of space dog prison. Aw, yeah. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It's the most important thing we learn in school. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Nah, here's another thing that might even get us a job. Here. Because we know the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You came here for alien dogs, not math lessons. I don't think he's taking his new assignment very well. I just hope he doesn't take it out on me. Why not both? Hi, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled and your new math class. I would be a horrible math teacher. Just, yeah, you're gonna need to know this for work, for your future job. It doesn't matter what it is. I want to work at McDonald's. You're just like, I want to work at McDonald's and I don't need to know this. You will need to know this. You need to know that A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and be able to know Romeo and Juliet, how it ends. You need to be able to know that if you ever want to work at McDonald's. Or wherever. Doc, what are you doing in there? I didn't let you in yet. Oh, taking up the role of bodyguard so soon, are we? As a physician, I am to have access to him at all times, with or without your approval. Also, I just opened the door. Marrow is my personal doctor? Seems like that makes sense based on the fact I haven't seen any other doctors around. Maruk doesn't seem happy with his answer, though. I can't imagine he appreciates him going over his head. Especially not in the dour mood he's already in. Please don't flaunt your credentials at me, Doc. It's enough already with the chief making me look like a fool. What are you even doing in there? That don't look like a physical to me. I'm sorry, Maruk, that was rude of me. I was merely trying to make a joke. And I am trying to communicate with them using images. Look! This is their numeral system. Isn't it fascinating? They use a system of 10 digits just like us. Oh shit, we both use base 10. He holds up the board to the window like a proud parent showing off their child's work. Childish work it is indeed. I definitely should have used some more impressive problems. If I could remember any. That's their numeral system? That looks like illegible gibberish. I've seen kits with better paw writing skills than that. He is officially the smartest human they know. Aw, yeah. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Aw, yeah. And now be nice. I understood it just fine. I'm sure they just aren't used to our writing utensils. Come and join us. Let's see how well you write then, Maruk just gives Doc a confused look. Doc, I can't come in, remember? What? Oh my, of course. How foolish. Well, we can come to you. How about that? Wait. Why can't he come in? No response but empty stares. Right, of course. No real answers yet. That would be too easy. I try to ignore it and move on, grabbing the stool from my desk and sitting next to the window. I feel a bit bad that Marrow has to sit on the ground, but he doesn't seem to mind. So, since they understand us but we can't fully understand them, I decided we should just ask them questions and see how they respond and what they can draw. Do you have any questions in mind? Maruk seems wholly uninterested until a brow raises and he capitulates to some question burning in the back of his mind. Yeah, I got a question. Alright, go ahead and ask. Alright. Oh. Is all of your species freaky or just you? He bursts out laughing. Apparently this is the epitome of humor. I simply scoff and turn away. Doc does not seem so pleased. Maruk. I am aware you are having a bad day, but if you take it out on our guest, I will make it your problem. Do you understand me? Oh, what, you're allowed to make a joke, but suddenly I'm not? Wow! There's a moment of tension between the two. Palpable seconds of unbroken eye contact. A slight growl, the origin of which I cannot tell came from who. Finally, Maruk simply scoffs and just turns away as if to signal the end of this dispute. Mara was not quite finished, though. Apologize. Huh? Maruk, please apologize to our guest. You're kidding, right? Do I sound like I am making a joke? Lest you forget, they are fully capable of understanding us and heard everything you've said and done to them. Maruk's eyes narrow as they flit between the two of us, Doc's stern expression in stark contrast to mine of just confusion. I mean, the joke wasn't really that bad. Hell, it was almost a funny thing to say. Situation aside, I suppose Doc just wants to make sure it doesn't get worse. Once again, fuck you, Maruk. Fuck you, Maruk. Oh shit, I just had a realization. Okay, I just had a fucking realization. So, you all now get to see this bullshit realization. Okay. Here's the bullshit realization. So, if you take Maruk's name, if you take his name, hang on, let me write that better. If you take his name, and you rearrange the letters, and you replace some of the letters. Move chat box, I'll just do that. You remove some of the letters, and then you change some of the letters. Haha! Haha! And that is all the brain power I have for today. Fortunately for the both of us, Maruk just sighs and relaxes a bit. I'm sorry for what I said. It's not your fault you're such a freak. He can't help himself, as it seems he just continues to laugh. It's such a dumb joke, but I still find it stifling a laugh myself, which seems to surprise both him and Doc. You're lucky our guest has a good sense of humor, or I'd come out there and... Yeah, Doc, I know. Listen, Guest? Doc, do we know their name yet? You've surely been in the room when they've said it, haven't you? It's Tucker. Must have missed it. Anyways, Tucker, I'm sorry for calling you a freak. But I won't apologize for tackling you. I was doing my job, and I will continue to do so. Even if it means working as your bodyguard. That seemed surprisingly genuine coming from a guy who just started cackling after calling me a freak. Even if it was said extremely begrudgingly. I shouldn't expect everyone here to be as nice as Merowyn. Maybe he isn't such a bad guy, just a dumbass. Good thing I'll have a chance to get to know more, I suppose. At least I can try to get back at him if nothing else. Thank you, I say with a nod. Doc still seems a bit upset, but seeing how I reacted, he decides to let it go. While I would appreciate it if you could learn some bedside manners, if our guest is fine, then I am fine. Do you think we could get back to the matter at hand, though? Oh yeah. I got a real question this time, promise. So, like, where are you from? Did you just crawl out of a vent or something? Oh, I suppose that is a decent question, but I don't know how to answer it at all. The first thing that comes to mind is to draw a map, but that might not make sense. I'm really doubtful that I'm still on Earth at this point, which is not something I expected to think so casually. Well, how about a star chart? Wait, I don't know how to draw that. What am I thinking? I guess the best I can do right now is try to draw the solar system? Oh man, I really hope I get the order of the planets right. Okay, I think it's like we have our sun, and then then Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, Mars, Saturn. No, the asteroid thing. Then wait, is that before or after Mars? We'll just skip it. After Mars, it's Saturn, Jupiter. Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was Neptune or Uranus next. Wait, Jupiter's before Saturn? I don't know. Let's see. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, asteroid belt, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Oh, hey! Thank you. Let's see. Mercury, then Mars, then Venus. Wait, no. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter. Same mistake that I made. The rest. I think it's Neptune, then Uranus. No. No, that backwards. Shit, where do those asteroid belts go again? No, the sun isn't supposed to have sunglasses. That might just confuse them. I almost forgot Pluto. I make sure to also draw a large, exaggerated arrow pointed directly at Earth. I love science, but the actual remembering stuff in application was never my strong suit. Here, I think this is right. I present my crudely drawn and partially smudged out solar system. They both seem very interested. Oh my, so many planets! What is that, 9? Well, wait, that raises more questions than it answers. Maybe they just drew it wrong. It looks like he erased some of it already. No, I doubt it. Look, they put rings around these planets, which would be completely out of place. And this arrow, that's a nice drawing. Ah! In my shock, I dropped the whiteboard. We were so deep in conversation, none of us noticed that the door had opened and more visitors had arrived. Oh, it's him. The dog I ran into in the walls while trying to run away. The chief did say he was looking for him. Ah, Merowyn. Trying to communicate with pictographs and drawings, I see. Any progress? Reaching down to lift up the board to show Tyre, I'm subtly stopped by Marrow. Yes, sir! He was able to communicate his numeral system to me, as well as some of their uses for it. He taught you math? Well, no. But I learned what their digits look like. People look at him and say, "Aw, the scrunkly." Yeah, people look at him and say, "Aw, the scrunkly." People look at him and say, "Fuck you, Maruk." The chief looks a bit unimpressed. Well, any progress is something, I suppose. Be sure to explain it to me in your report. Oh, and look who I bumped into! I was on my way to the labs, and I managed to find him fixing a broken pipe. He was trying to bury himself in work again. Well, I needed to fix some things on the lower floors as well, sir. You have subordinates, don't you? Yes, but we're a bit understaffed, as you know. And I don't like forcing jobs onto them that I can just get done quickly. The walls aren't your home, director. Please take a break. Now, really, I must be off. Goodbye, Tucker. He gives me a small wave as he leaves, and I return it in kind. Hiya. I wonder where he learned my name, though. I guess Merowyn told him. Speaking of Merrow, why'd he keep me from showing the chief my crappy drawing? The new dog saw it already, as did Maruk. I'll have to ask him about it later. Once he leaves, I retrieve my whiteboard and dust it off a bit. The new guy seems to be enjoying my drawing, and I realize I can finally get a good look at him while not running for my life. On the surface, I'd say he looks almost more intimidating than any of the dogs I've seen so far. Not as intimidating as Maruk. That motherfucker is just... Like, I think I can... Like, I can see it in his eyes. He is planning on murdering someone. Not discounting how scary Maruk is. Still, that might just be because he looks the most wolf-like to me. Guy gives death stares that kill. Well, I mean, if you rearrange, remove, and replace some of the letters in his name, you get Karen, so... His fur is unkept and a little dirty. Not that I'm a good judge of that, and I can see some definitely pronounced muscle coming out from underneath it. Or at least his fur is muscle-shaped. This is all without even mentioning his arm. Everyone looks at me. Everyone's looking at me. Oh no, I've zoned out for too long. I turn to Marrow. Let's try to move on. Maybe another question, perhaps? No one speaks up. I'm still not entirely sure who this new dog is besides his name and some job titles that were thrown around. I look to Marrow and point to our new guest. Me? Oh! Sorry, right, how rude of me. Tucker, this is our head of maintenance, Director Rune Tiran. From his report you've already met. In a way. He would be a federal threat if his stares could kill. He would, though. Calling the interaction we had meeting each other is taking a lot of liberties, but I suppose it is at least a start. I wave to him, and he shyly but politely responds. I notice in the corner of my eye, Maruk just scoffs and takes a step away. So, should I be in there, or... Are you an idiot? Didn't the emergency team brief you? They said a lot of things, and I was there for a long time. We still don't know if this thing here is dangerous or not. Also, he could be sick or carrying dangerous diseases. We have no idea. He's in there for your safety, dumbasses. Dumbass. Maruk. What? Merwin just sighs and Maruk rolls his eyes. But fortunately, Rune seems unfazed. Oh, okay. So wait, how are we asking them questions if we can't understand us? And wait, is Doc going to be alright in there then? Won't you get sick? They understand us. It's just one way for some reason. And I'll be fine. I'm tested constantly and I'll be fine. Did you not get my memo? It outlined most of this. Sorry, Doc, I was working almost all last night. The chief actually found me on my way to go get breakfast. It's lunchtime. Rune just blinks. Yes. Right. Well, anyways, feel free to ask them anything. They've proven to be courteous and happy to share. Secrets? Merwin. Dr. Merwin. I will learn your secrets. Maruk, do you mind fetching lunch? Since Rune seems to be thinking of a question or just lost in thought, I turn to Maruk as I hear him grumbling. Yeah, fine, Doc. Same thing, or... No. Probably. Just porridge for Tucker, but get whatever you'd like for yourself and Rune. Tell them I sent you. For me, and... Marrow sternly interrupting with a curt. Yes, Maruk. Fortunately, he just nods and leaves. Once the door closes, Doc lets out a small sigh. Sorry about him, Tucker. I'll talk to him later. I don't know what's gotten into him today. He puts a massive paw to his brow and starts massaging as if he's got a headache. I decide to put a hand on his shoulder. It's okay. But thank you. He looks to me, maybe a little surprised, but smiles. He then turns to Rune, who still looks like he's lost behind his own eyes. I would like to apologize for Security Chief Saris's rudeness to you, as well as Director Tiran. Rune just blinks and looks between us as if he was just woken from a dream. What? Was he? I didn't notice. Oh, I thought of a question, though. Is he being serious? Maybe he just blocked it all out, and if so, maybe he can teach me how to ignore him as well. Yo, okay. If there are multiple routes, then we have Maruk, the asshole. Dr. Merwin, who's nice to, like, everyone and is just a big ol' softy. And Rune, who is smart in his own way and does not understand social cues. Just a little bit. Do you have trees where you're from? I just blink in response. I'm a bit confused. Is this the question he took so long to think about? Always be sus of any characters or two. Literally all the characters except Maruk are lovable. Everyone except Maruk is lovable in this game, and I love it. Like, he's lovable because he's just soft, and he's lovable because... he notices me just staring at him. Big, tall plant things. Kinda hard trunks, lots of leaves and stuff. Oh my god. We love you, Rune. We love you. It's okay if you don't. Chuckling and shaking my head, I get to drawing. Trees were never really my strong suit. Also, drawing was never my strong suit, but I can at least do some outlines. Maybe a leaf or two. Both him and Doc lean in and take a look at my crude attempt at drawing my planet's local and not so local flora. Oh, how pretty! There aren't enough plants up here. Back home, we have these trees that have this nice, bark. That, it smells good. I'm glad you have trees too, though. Nah, he loves the trees. They smell good. Thanks? Wait. I swear to God, if they form a friend group, he's the lovable idiot. Like, everyone just loves him. And he's not smart. Wait. Wait, up here? What does he mean by that? Oh my, such interesting variation. You have some similar kinds here, although I'm sure they couldn't be more difficult upon closer... Although I'm sure they couldn't be more different upon closer inspection. On the topic, Tucker, I was curious. As it seems you have been fine in our biosphere here, I find it safe to assume you breathe oxygen, yes? Right. No choking or suffocating and all that. I nod, giving Doc his answer. As I expected. But still, a relief. Taking care of a being is a large task, but when you know so little about each other, it's difficult to say the least. You've also been able to figure out that you indeed exhale carbon dioxide, similar to us. If you, were curious. I guess I haven't thought about it, really, but it is good to know. At least interesting, if nothing else. I give Doc a courteous nod, turning to Rune as he seems to have once again slipped deep into thought. Doc notices as well, and we cautiously observe him. If but for a few moments. Doc gently knocks on the window. Director Tehran? Are you okay out there? What? Oh! Sorry, I was... No apologies needed, Director. While this may be a professional operation, there is no need to overexert yourself. I appreciate that you could be here at all to help. Oh. Thanks. Of course. Well, have you thought of another question, perhaps? Me? Nope. Doc just blinks. You weren't just now thinking of other things to ask? Surely you are curious about our guest, though, no? Well, sure, but I don't... The door opens. Really know what to ask. Maruk takes a quick look around before just leaving a tray where the door should be and moving to his bench with another burger-looking thing. There's a moment of silence as no one really moves. The only sound being that of crinkling foil. Doc eventually gets up and grabs the tray for me, but not before handing Rune what looks like another wrapped meal. It's a painfully silent lunch. The conversation must have escaped when the door opened. Honestly, I don't know why. Like, when I stare into space. There are like 1.5 billion thoughts. Usually the dumbest shit. I decided to just try and enjoy my grain soup, or whatever it's called. Not as bad the second time, fortunately. Maruk eventually yawns after finishing his lunch and checks his monitor. Damn. Only the 16th mark? This day is never going to end. I assume he's referring to how they tell time? That feels like important information to know. I pick up the whiteboard and draw a crude clock, realizing that they might have no idea what this is. I'm really hoping this works. I barely use clocks nowadays, anywho. Everything's digital. Holding up the sign for everyone to notice seems to bring them out of their lunch-induced stupor. Is that a clock? Doc, got any clue what he's asking? Let me think. It looks like he's asking about the time, obviously, but in what regards, I'm unsure. Didn't you just say the time? Yeah, I did. About the 16th mark. They both turn to me as though that means something. I just make a confused expression and shrug. Don't you know how to tell time? Everything in the system is on standard marked time. Oh, I think I see the issue. Rook, our friend might not... Doc looks strained. As if this next sentence is something he has to force himself to say. Unsure if it is true or even possible. Tucker might not be from this system. Marks probably make no sense to them. I mean, they definitely aren't Karen, but are we really going to make that leap already? I don't think it's that much of a leap, Maruk. I mean, you saw the map they drew. And even without that map, I mean, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, like them in any database I could find. I mean, just looking at them, I'm ready to accept they're an alien and all, but like, really? From another system? Maybe we just missed something. Missed something? Like, I don't know. How did they get here? The next system is like, what? 3 light years away, give or take? 3.37. Whatever. I'm just saying, isn't it more likely that he was hiding on some exoplanet? Or maybe like, I don't know. I mean, I suppose, but they drew us that map. A map which is decidedly not our system. He just wanted to know the time. What did you say? He wanted to know the time. 16th mark and a half. Oh, right. Doc, can you explain it? My head is already buzzing. Oh, sorry, of course. Terrible sorry, Tucker. We got a bit distracted there, huh? The marks are how we tell time. While I don't wholly understand the clock you drew for us, I assume it is similar in some ways. A day is 34 marks, the time it takes for our home planet to rotate fully on its axis. Midday is the 17th mark, and each mark is broken up into 70 minutes. Everything in the system works on a 34-mark basis. Even the colonies and us way out here. I'm not sure if that means anything to you, but I am confident we can at least teach you how to tell our time so you can schedule yourself accordingly. Although thorough, Doc's explanation falls on deaf ears, and as I'm already falling inwards. Another system? Colonies? This is it? I'm really just out. In space. I don't even think I'm on a planet anymore with the way Meryl was talking about it. Hang on. Math? More math? Okay. Hold up, okay, hang on. 70 minutes. I would not be able to. I would die. Of course, we also have to take into account seconds, like how long is a second in a minute? What is almost 40 hours in a day? Like, okay, there's a lot to try and understand about this. Like, how many seconds is in a minute? We already know how many minutes is in an hour, or mark, or whatever. And how many marks is in a day? It's just a simple number difference. Okay, so... if we're assuming that it's the same with seconds, it would be 70 seconds. And I think I think it's like 10 milliseconds in a second. All we need to know is how many milliseconds is in a second to them. That's all we would need to know, and then we could like do some weird as fuck math and figure it out, and I'm probably never going to do that math. Doc notices my rapidly declining mood before the others. He puts a paw to my back. I instinctively flinch at the unprompted contact. Whoa, hey, are you alright? Was lunch bad? Is this about the clock? I'm sure we can figure out how you can tell time. Don't worry. He can't even understand what's going on with me. And I can't even explain it to them. No need for too much brain power. Nah, because, like, the whole time when I was trying to explain how we would adapt our time to that. Oh no, I was, like, working out in my head while trying to explain it, how to work it, and let's just assume that it's the same. That the same number of milliseconds goes into a second. He can't even understand what's going on with me, and I can't even explain it to them. My head is spinning. My face is getting warmer. My breath shorter. I... I... I need... They can't understand me. None of them can. I need to lay down. Standing up, unfortunately, brings the group's attention back to me. All 6 eyes on me. It's unnerving, but I'm too out of it to care. I make it to the bed before I start crying. I think. I don't think I'm getting home. No, he wouldn't. I don't think. But he would sleep longer. I don't think I'm getting home. I hear mumbling and the shuffling of feet behind me. Like, if we're assuming that he sleeps for 8 marks a day, that would leave 26 marks left for that. And if we were to adapt that, he would be sleeping for roughly... It's just a simple division problem. Just a simple division problem. Let me get the watch. I need to know this. I need to know this. My brain needs to know this. Where's the calculator app? There's the calculator app. Okay. Okay. So, if we're doing this... Okay. 24 divided by... So 24 minus 8, but it wouldn't be the same because we need to add it. Oh my god. You shut the hell up, WatchOS. Okay. 24 minus 8 would give us 16. That would give us that. We need to get down to 16. Okay, so let's just do 34 divided by 24. That'll give us 1.41666667. If we simplify that, we get 1.4, and if we simplify that further, that would give us 1.5, which means he would have to sleep in order to fully adjust, I believe. He would have to sleep for a total of 9.5 hours. I could be wrong, and I'm probably wrong, but I think that might be correct. I hear mumbling and the shuffling of feet behind me, only making out about half of it. Leave him be. Bye. Morrow. Yeah, I definitely could be wrong, and I think I am wrong. But it was a good try. Okay. Yeah. I hear my cell door open and close, then the outside door. The lights even go out. Although apparently it's only midday. Or the 16th mark, or whatever the fuck it's called. Damn it all. I've never liked naps, despite my lazy nature. And waking up from them has always been the worst. Hopefully we do. So waking up tired, discombobulated, and upset in my cell really does nothing to make me feel better. The memories flooding back from before my impromptu escape from reality make me want to never get up. I don't see a point in it either, as my wall is once again just an unfriendly wall. I'd even prefer to see Maruk's scowling face. Maybe not, actually. How did I get here anyways? I remember going to class and hiding in that corner, then boom, just here. There must be something I'm missing. But it's not coming to me right now. I can't even force myself to go back to sleep. I'm not even tired anymore, just sad. And a bit uncomfortable. I could really use a change of clothes and a shower. I hope they have showers here. Sitting up and looking around proves about as interesting as I expected. Nothing new. I'm tempted to just lay back down, but before I can make up my mind, the wall fades away and I can see someone standing there. What does he want? I really hope he isn't planning on being a jackass right now. I'm not sure I could take that. Okay. Oh? After staring me down for a bit, he walks over to the door and opens it. Wait. I thought he wasn't allowed in. My heart rate spikes. Is he going to try to... No, he wouldn't. I know he doesn't like his new position, but he'd never. Would he? Fortunately, I don't suffer long as he just drops something in the corner. And after giving me one last glance, turns away and closes the door. Changing the wall back to normal as well as for good measure. I sit stunned, unable to really see what he dropped off in the dim light. Still unable to move until my heart rate decreases and my brain regains control. What just happened? Was he waiting for me to wake up? I know it's only the middle of the day for him. Maybe he's used to just standing guard all day. Or something. I've had enough waiting. Throwing off my sheets and wandering over to the mysterious slump in the corner, reaching out tentatively, I grab some kind of handle or strap. Wait, this feels familiar. Pulling it close, I realize it's my backpack. Oh. I forgot I even had this just like a day ago. I look to the wall as if I could see Maruk. But when it doesn't become translucent, I just hobble back to my bed and open up my bag. I don't even remember what I had packed. Turns out the answer is not a lot. Looks to be an old notebook, some loose pencils and pens, a copy of Robinson Crusoe, my wallet and keys, my crinkled up orientation map, my socks and shoes, and a whole lot of lint. Oh wait, something else I didn't pack. My shirt! Looks like it was fixed up a little bit with some needlework. It makes me feel whole in a way. We've both got the same scars. Guess they are still working on my phone though. I do hope I can get it back. Or at least the photos saved on it. I will worry about that when the time comes. Or when the mark comes. Even though I have not idea what a mark really means yet. I would love to know what mark it is, though, as I definitely can't go back to sleep, deciding to just sit at my desk and fuss about with my new, or rather old, belongings. It's hard to read in this light, so I end up just flipping through my notebook to see if there are any good doodles in the margins. There are not. Time passes and not much changes until I hear what I think is the outside door opening. When the wall doesn't fall away, I'm a bit confused, so I try to covertly scooch my stool over and listen. It's quiet. I think whoever is talking close to the outside door, not right by my wall. Fine. Easement. Wanted. No! No. Stood. See? Sleep. Morrow. Horse. Very. Bye. Good. I lean in closer to try and get more clarity, but all I hear is footsteps. The wall becomes like glass, and I swerve my head to lock eyes with my bodyguard. Of course, already staring me down. It was just the chief. I told him you were sleeping. If you were going to eavesdrop, at least try to be secretive about it. I was trying. I realize he can't understand me. I just sigh and give him a half-assed affirmative nod. He's being worryingly quiet, just staring me down. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that is not good. No, it's just dogs. Hi, dogs. Hi. Oh no, they found a search history. They found all the Big Chungus memes. I'm not afraid per se, but I am concerned. It feels like he can see right through me. Through some lie I've yet to even tell. Well, anyways, it's good you're up, and there's another mark or so until dinner. At least they don't know what it means. At least they don't know about monosodium glutamate. At least they don't know about the blue. At least they don't know about the blue. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't want to know. You can't sleep all day and all night. Well, maybe you can. I don't know. I chuckle a bit. We know nothing about each other, and somehow that ends up making us more similar than I could imagine. The forbidden spice. No, but they can probably... Oh no! Oh no, they're gonna see Lola Bunny! They're gonna see Bowser! Everyone run away! Another thing we have in common is apparently a knack for just staring at each other until we both realize it's uncomfortable. So you should stay up is what I'm saying. If you want to. Or whatever. We both finally managed to look away from each other and resume whatever it is we were doing before, which, truth be told, was not much. Pretending to be entertained by my lackluster possessions is quite hard, especially since I can't even read my book right now. Maruk is just scrolling through something on his monitor. I wonder if he's checking dog social media. Dog Twitter. What would dog Twitter be called? What would dog Twitter be called? Would it be called Bark? No, it wouldn't. Dog Twitter. Okay, so birds are to humans like... Birds are to humans like squirrels are to dogs. Woofers. Nah, that's Hooters. He's checking the close time for woofers. Dog Hooters. If that exists. Maybe I can use this as an excuse to get to know him better. Communication might be hard, but it's better than sitting around doing nothing for another hour or so. I mean, mark or so. Damn it. Knocking on the glass window, I try to get his attention to no avail. The light gently dancing on his muzzle as he scrolls is almost relaxing to watch. But I worry if I just sit and stare at him, I may fall asleep again. After a good minute or two, I knock again. Trying with more force this time. Squinting to see if he noticed me, I swear he looked at me for a second. As if by accident. Wait a minute, is he ignoring me?
Hey, hey. Hey, hello. Hey, hey.
Get off of the Woofers website. Get off of the Hooters website. Knowing fully well that this wall isn't fully soundproof, I decide to take another approach. Hey! Hey! I know what you're doing. Don't ignore me. Nothing yet. Come on, talk to me. I'm bored. Upping the ante with some added knock seems to get its attention. What? Are you dying? Hurt? I'm trying to read some reports here. Oh, he wasn't on monosodium glutamate. I almost feel bad. Unsure of whether he was really working or not. Still, I'd appreciate some company. Wait, maybe we can have both? Pointing to his monitor, I try the best to act out reading it aloud. Inspecting my wrist. Pretending to read dramatically. Fake talking. He must think I'm insane. Wait. This is just charades. Damn it. At least I lasted a day before making a fool of myself. His stares certainly make me feel like I probably have. You want my monitor? You can't use it. This might have been a mistake. What are you doing? I'm unsure of what to do now. Noticing my book on the table, I pick it up and show it to him, pointing to his monitor again. Yeah, it's a book. I could get some on my monitor. Doubt that one, though. What of it? I try to mimic reading the book again, pointing back and forth between us. looking up to see any changes in its expression. You want me to read? To you? I nod my head. Yes! I don't think he likes my idea as much as I do. You know I'm the chief of security, right? That means I have other duties besides this, right? I nod, backing up in my seat. So you understand the concept of working. You understand that I take on a lot of responsibilities then, right? I'm basically falling off my stool trying to back up. You know what that doesn't make me? A damn pup sitter! Ah! With a single forceful press of an invisible button, I'm staring at a wall again. Sorry. Turning away from the wall, as to not accidentally stare at him, I just fiddle with what I have on my desk, arranging it in every which way, making pointless designs and patterns with the few writing tools I have. It's still too dark to read. Why'd I do that? We're not even acquaintances. He yelled at me yesterday, so why did I try to talk to him? I should have known better. I feel dumb for even trying, but he's shown that he can be nice at times, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'll just keep my boundaries from everyone. Forever. Hopefully this AI works. I need to talk to someone. Oof. That's sad. Waiting for what feels like an eternity, just doodling and wasting paper, I hear the outside door open. Wonder if that's the dinner bell. Aruk. Evening, Ro. If we assume the seconds are the same as Earth, then a full day here is 40 hours. Thank you for doing the math. There's the sound of a tray being placed on the floor and my door opening. Turning around to see why, I'm greeted by the face of Merwin entering my room. Hello there, Tucker. I brought you your dinner. Oh, thanks, Doc. I say with a small smile. He fortunately responds in kind. Upon seeing that dinner is once again the same meal I've had all day, it becomes hard to keep smiling. But it will have to do until we can run more tests, I suppose. Just looking respectfully. Is what you all are doing. There's nothing respectful about this. Noticing he also has his bag with him, I take it he might want to run some tests. I think he noticed my wandering eyes. He can be eerily perceptive at times. This? You have good intuition. But yes, if you don't mind, I'd like to run some tests if possible. No drawing blood, it's too late for that today. Just some quick ones if that's alright. There is nothing respectful about the way we're looking. There is nothing at all respectful about it. And unfortunately, we are making Mark cry. He's just crying. Very sad. So sad. All the sadness. We're making him sad. He's sad now. Let's also get those bandages off of you. I don't think you need them anymore. Sounds fair to me, Doc. I know he can't understand me, Yet. But I feel like I might lose my mind just sitting around and nodding all day in lieu of talking. No matter how pointless it is. Doc was right too. The tests are done before I know it and I can partake in my lovely meal of literally just oats and water. Our bowl of water and sadness. After the tests, he remains seated next to me, possibly building up courage, until he asks, Tucker, I wanted to ask, are you alright after earlier? I know this, he gestures to the room, isn't all that great, but I really do want to try and make this all manageable for you. Honestly, same. Like, looking at his face, especially with those glasses, he looks really good with glasses. Just all the respect. All the respect. And yet, looking anywhere else, there is zero disrespect. And I feel I have failed in some way of doing that. Oh, that's thoughtful of him to ask. Damn it. I'd feel better if I didn't stress him out as well. He seems like he's so genuinely worried about me. Maybe the best I can do is just tough it out until things get better. I know internalizing all this and trying to deal with it myself will do me no favors. But asking for help, especially right now, is almost impossible. I put a hand on his massive thigh and look up to him. Thank you, Merwin. He doesn't look particularly convinced. Maybe he can tell I am still not all well, but he eventually relents and just smiles back. After a while, though, he does get up to leave, and I am a bit upset to see him go. To which he once again somehow notes, Oh, right. Sorry, Tucker, I really can't stay tonight. Just had to drop off dinner for you two and get back to work. I might not be able to stop by tomorrow either. But I think Rune may be able to. I'll try to sneak by if I can, but no promises. Oh, before I go, though, here. He reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a rather large toothbrush in plastic. I'm not sure of how your species deals with dental issues, but you have teeth, so, well, I figured this might come in use. Not the most interesting gift, but I take it nonetheless. I'd rather not end up with a cavity and have to get a root canal from one of these things. I offer him a slight grin, to which he nods and takes his leave. Oh, well, good night. Slumping against the wall, I feel a bit dejected. I've lost my appetite for sure. Picking at my food, I managed to eat maybe half the bowl. It's not a lot, but maybe it will last me till tomorrow. Even with my shirt back, it's still cold in here. I'll just have to bear it for now, like I've borne everything else. I guess I'll try to be... Incident report number 5671. Huh? I turn my head to see Maru leaning against the wall, facing away from me. A scientist, Professor Drin in Sector B, Lab 34, reported lost notebook and monitor. Report was sent at the 13th mark. Investigation began at the 15th mark. Drin was questioned by guard Nokre. Last known location of objects was either Lab 34 on persons or in personal quarters. Both were inspected by team consisting of Nokre and Tayu. No signs of either. Security footage opened for review. Footage showed Drin wearing monitor and carrying notebook on way to Lab 34 and subsequently carrying both while leaving Lab 34 2.5 marks later. Drin was followed on camera and found to enter the bathroom in Sector C. Was seen leaving without either but talking to another professor. After investigating Sector C, both items were found by the sinks, untouched. Drin was conferred their belongings and asked to never be reminded that this happened. Log incident under closed. The wall goes blank. Weird. Day 2. We're gonna leave off here tonight. They're all lovable in their own way. They are all so lovable in their own weird way. Right? It did feel longer, but no, like, I'm serious. They're all lovable in their own way. Like, he is lovable because he isn't smart, but he is. He is, but he isn't smart. He's smart in his own way. He is lovable because he's soft, and he's edgy. Oh god, I hope Far Beyond the World comes out tomorrow. Oh my god, I hope it does. Though I thought I read somewhere that it wasn't going to come out until, like, the new year, but I could be getting it confused with Socially Awkward. I don't know. Anyways, not much else can be said, so stay safe, have a good night. It is very entertaining, and I will see you all tomorrow.